With the second pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State.
But you know, as they say, hail to the Redskins. Let's roll, man. Let's go.
Got another super chat. This one is from Rob U as well. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Rob U, greatly appreciate you. My man Rob U writes, any chance AP gets cut if everyone is healthy? No, I don't think that's the case. I went through the running back position. I know you just showed up, but I went through the running back position, and I'm going to chop it up for you so that you will be able to consume that in a much more tolerable dose, if you will. But I don't think there's any way possible he gets cut if he's healthy. You know, that's the only way he isn't on the roster, if he isn't healthy. But if he's healthy himself, I don't see any way in which he isn't on this football team. I think there's too much value in having a guy that you know is going to be able to suit up for you each and every week. There's the consistency that comes with AD that you just don't get with any of these other backs. He's the only proven commodity that is able to stay healthy, and thus you have to keep him around. And I think that's imperative, and that's why I just don't see a situation in which he isn't on the roster. Thank you for that super chat. DCJ, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. DCJ, thank you so much for the blessing. My man DCJ writes, what's good, Lou? How do you feel about loading up on AP, like 15 MVP year, and fully get the tread off the tires? He says, let the Skins manage and let AP take over one last time. Ride Skins to the playoffs. Skins are ready. Thoughts? I don't think that would work. And here's why. I don't think that's who we are as a team. Remember, I've told you this a million times. I still feel this. And without Trent Williams, I feel that even more so now. I don't think we're a power run football team like Smash Mouth, like, run it down your throat. We're not the Tennessee Titans. We're not the Baltimore Ravens. We don't physically impose our will against other teams. I don't know if our line is built to do that. I've always said this. Outside of Sheriff and Trent Williams, I didn't feel like we had dirt McGirt, offensive linemen. Like guys that really can take a guy and put his dick in the dirt. I just didn't. I never saw that. I feel like we've got a finesse offensive line, and that's okay because you can still do your job as a finesse offensive line. But to turn around and force feed AD and have him, rush for 1,500 yards, I don't think that's how this offensive line is built, number one. Number two, I don't think that's how Scott Turner is wired as a play caller. And number three, you have too many talented guys in that backfield to just force feed AD carries. Like, Geis is probably even more so capable than AD at this point of his career. And so if anybody were to get those touches, it would be Geis if he's healthy. Gibson is a guy that you're anxious to get involved, so he's going to get his fair share of touches. Remember, in that 15 season, it was AD left, AD right, AD up the middle, AD on a toss, AD on a sweep. It was AD, AD. Third and 3, give it to AD. Third and 8, why not AD? He's still great. He put them on his back in 2012. That's really the season that he was an MVP. And he carried the Minnesota Vikings, who had Christian Ponder and Joe Webb at quarterback. Remember that? Rushed for 2,000 yards. He tore his ACL in the sandbox that is FedEx Field in 2011. Comes back in superhuman form. The fastest I've ever seen a guy return from an ACL tear in under 6 months, and rushes for over 2,000 yards and leads the Vikings to the playoffs single-handedly by himself. Those days are over for him. He's not that guy anymore. And so while he's still good, I think there are other backs that can have just as much, if not a greater impact. And because of that, I don't think you're going to see a situation where you put it on his shoulders and allow him to carry. He's just not that guy anymore. Just like the Packers don't think Aaron Rodgers is that guy anymore, that you can just put it on his shoulders and he can carry a squad by himself. He's not that guy anymore. AD isn't. He's not that guy anymore. And frankly, and furthermore, as I mentioned, that's not Scott Turner's way of calling a game. So I just can't see that happening. Now, thank you for the super chat, DCJ.